This video demonstrates the ability to estimate the amount of carbon dioxide that will be released into the atmosphere by your power provider when printing a job on a Stratasys FDM printer. You can see here I've got GrabCAD Print open. I have a tray fully populated with parts from my Boston F370 printer, and I've already estimated the job, so we're going to go ahead and open that panel. You can see here, in addition to tray summary and my Print Pro features for build report and costing rates, I have a new Print Pro feature for emission rates. If I click that, you can see that it has some information that is necessary to calculate that value. But first, we're going to come back to tray summary. There are three inputs that are required to estimate what carbon dioxide will be released into the atmosphere by printing a job. The first is the print time. So you can see over here it's going to take 1 day and 22 hours, roughly 46 hours to print. The second item you need is your technology, your printer, and your material, but primarily the F370 and F123 ABS. For this printer and this material, the amount of power that's required to run the printer for 1 hour of a job is 650 watts. This last value is specific to where you're printing your job, and that's the amount of carbon dioxide that will be released by your local service provider when generating power. Now, to do this, we have to look at a couple of different sources to get the right information. So I'm going to go out to a couple of websites. The first website I'm going to go to is Our World in Data, and we're looking at their carbon intensity for electricity generation worldwide. You can see there's a map here and it's colorized, and the different colors relate to how much carbon dioxide is emitted during the generation of power. So if I take a look at France, you can see that 56 grams of CO2 are emitted into the atmosphere per kilowatt hour of power generation. If I slide over a little bit and I look at Switzerland, you can see it's actually got a little bit better of a rate. But if I slide up to the UK, it's got a worse of a rate at 238 grams for CO2. If I come over here to the United States, you can see it has an even higher rate than Great Britain did at 369 grams of CO2 per kilowatt hour. Now, the United States is a big country, and that's a value that covers from Alaska down to Texas and Florida. I might want something a little bit more specific. So I'm going to go here to EIA.gov, which has information about carbon dioxide released to the atmosphere during the generation of power as well. Right now I'm on Minnesota. As I mentioned earlier, I want to have values from my printer here in Boston. So you can see here from Minnesota it's 801 pounds per megawatt hour is what gets released for carbon dioxide. If I come here and I choose Massachusetts, the table is updated, and Massachusetts emits more carbon dioxide than Minnesota does at 923. So I'm just going to copy that value. I'm going to come back to GrabCAD Print. I'm going to paste that value in this window, and I'm going to make sure I have the units set right, pounds per megawatt hour, and I'm going to save these values. Once I save these values, you can see that my reports have updated. The tray summary report now includes a line for carbon dioxide emissions measured in grams. And so you can see over here it's a little over 12 kilograms for this 46-hour print job. If I take a look at the build report, we have a new column. And in the column we have CO2, and this is per part, ranging from about 1.5 kilograms, or almost 2 kilos at the high end, down to 0.5 kilo at the low end. This information is available. If you choose to export it, it will be written out in the CSV file or the Excel file. So that is our new estimation for power-related carbon dioxide emission, available in GrabCAD Print Pro, starting in Print 1.96, released November of 2024. I thank you for your time. Have a good day.